Chaos is from Afghanistan. Oh, her foot hurts. That's her bad elbow. She has a cancer in her elbow. She's got a bad heart. She's 14. She's 14. That pretty girl. There was a war, shooting war, and about 6 months before her, we got involved with contractors over there in front of a forward operating base, which was the Army in Kandahar, and they had secretly had a puppy they grew up, and her name was Bandit, and a new commander took over at the military base, and these guys are a half hour in front of the military base. They get overrun. So at any rate, they had a new commander who said, shoot the dogs. They got in touch with us. We had a shelter that we were supporting in Kabul for like 5 years, so we had a way to get them out. So anyway, Kandahar's at the bottom of Afghanistan, and it took months and months and months, but we got Bandit up to Kabul, over to Pakistan. She had to stay there to get checked out and stuff. They have a rule. Then she got on a flight to Heathrow to JFK, JFK to here. So 24 hours in the air, and I remember opening her crate at the hospital. She hadn't been out in 24 hours. You could have shown me, I'm going to date myself, you could have shown me Elizabeth Taylor coming out of there. She would not have impressed me as much as Bandit. This was like, whoa, very, very humongous thing. So it was a lot of work, a lot of emails, a lot of midnight here is 12 noon there. So we orchestrated this whole thing. We had an Army pilot with a helicopter land over here where he wasn't supposed to. Well, after Bandit, they shut us down. You can never do that again. They got in a lot of trouble. The next day, I open my computer. There's 6-month-old Chaos. There's her face. They said, since Bandit's gone, Chaos, who was here months ago, came back. We got to save her life too. Well, we have destroyed every bridge there was. How do we do this? And there are also some cats. Well, it took months. There was even a threat of the human vet was going to euthanize everybody. They didn't want them to get shot. And I said, this is a script. This is all is lost. This is the script. Something's going to drop in the next 2 days, and everything's going to turn around. This is a movie script, I'm telling you. 2 days later, they got a contractor from Afghanistan, probably Al Qaeda, who knows. They got him to, they built a crate, they put her in it, and they put 4 cats in it. And this guy crossed all of Afghanistan, and he got to Kabul, and they sent pictures. I sent pictures. You don't trust these guys. Send pictures. So they sent pictures of everybody. One of the cats, that's not the cat. Well, they were 3 days late, and it turned out he lost one of the cats, so he went into a village, and he caught a cat that he thought looked like the other cat that he lost. So we told him when they got there, give him half his money. I mean, they hold you up for a ton of money. At any rate, the cats are here. The one that was replaced from the one that was lost, we named him Lucky. And all these years later, we're down to the last cat because they were older feral cats. And Chaos is here. And she's like I say, I tell everybody, I don't have any favorites here. I love all these dogs. If I had a favorite, it would be Chaos. There's my girl. That arm's bothering her. Meg, text Mitch, say Chaos's left elbow is sore. Whose gums? Come here, baby girl. Let me see. No, she's good. Tell him I said to get her up into the hospital. It is too hot for her out here. Send Stephen.
Sending it to Dr. Brown?
Dr. Brown, and then send it again to Stephen. Come get Chaos, it's too hot.
Send someone.
Should probably do it. Look at my girl. Look at my girl. Kaya, come here. Come here, honey. Come here, honey. Where's my girl? Where's my girl? Look at her. Look at my baby girl. Ah. She got me that time. Okay. Now she's gonna do her. She's gonna do her belly. She's gonna do her belly. Look at the baby. Look at her. Look at this beautiful girl.
And we had her out just a second ago, so she thinks what's the point? You're just gonna put me back.
She doesn't want to walk.
Okay, this is Chaos. Chaos is about a 14-year-old Afghan shepherd that has been with us for a good number of years. We brought her in February 2010, and in January of 2021, she developed a tumor on the back of her elbow, and you can see that it has indeed returned. She's now 14 years old. She has some heart issues, low blood pressure, high heart rate, and an enlarged heart. Makes her a very poor surgery candidate. In addition, these type of tumors, getting complete margins is very, very difficult, because there can be just little cells that are in the plane. Plus, given the location, getting a good surgical margin and closing the surgery site is almost impossible. Basically, she's been on hospice care with us, but she's starting to develop some discomfort in this, and as you can see right there as she moved, there is some limping involved. She's been on low-grade medications. We are increasing those, but we're going to be sending Chaos for a consultation with a radiation oncologist to see if a dose of radiation to that tumor might do two things. One, actually shrink the tumor and extend her lifespan. And two, and most importantly to us at this moment, is increase her quality of life by reducing her pain. So, although for a dog her size, 14, she's considered geriatric, it is our mission to give her as much quality and good quality of life as possible. So that's Chaos's story, and we hope that the radiation oncologist can give her a hand.
Hey, here we are at the morning tree for Chaos. On one hand, me and my big ideas. On the other hand, in retrospect, I had no choice. I had to do what I did. About a year and a half ago, our 13-year-old dog, now 14, Abby, came in for a routine dentistry and did an x-ray, and she had a mass. She had a mediastinal mass. That's like the size of her heart. She had a cancerous tumor in her chest. So what do you do? And she's old. There's no such thing as surgery. So we found, we have a specialist that we go out to, and went to a specialist, an internist, and said, what do we do? So she looked at it and we discussed it. We could do chemotherapy, it probably wouldn't help much, plus it's a disaster on the body. So no, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, if nothing else, we'd just let her live it out, and then when it got bad, we'd help her. But then I said, what about hitting it, radiation? Yeah, well, let's bring in, so they brought in another doctor who is a radiation specialist, and she has a machine that is human quality machine. It's a very special one. And she said, yeah, I could do that. She said, we can do a CAT scan, and then they make a cradle around Abby's our dog, Abby's body, and she lays on her back in anesthesia because they have to keep her very still, and they do a CAT scan. That's a bunch of slices of pictures, and they look at it and go, yeah, we should be able to target this and do it well. So Abby went in, and they targeted the mass, and she came out and she's fine. And they said they got it 100%. They hit 100% radiation, not 10% for 10 weeks. They did 100% all at once. And it wasn't touching any organs or her heart, so good. So then 6 months went by, and we had a follow-up x-ray up at our hospital, and it showed this diffuse mess that our regular doctors said, oh my God, it looks like it's spread everywhere. So we sent the x-rays to the radiation doctor. She says, oh, it's beautiful. It like the star, the Death Star in Star Wars, it blew up. She says, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, okay. So now, sword of Damocles, so now we took another sigh of relief. Chaos and her about the same age. And I got Chaos first, so Chaos a little bit older. And Chaos had that mass on her elbow. And we can see, Dr. Brown operated a couple years ago, but they come back. So we saw that it was coming back, and she's older now, got a heart problem, and it's stable, but she's in pain from the elbow. So I talked to our radiation specialist, and she said, yeah, she said we could take that down. So shrink it and stop the pain. And the only problem is Chaos is delicate. She's in a balance with her heart meds. Putting it through the anesthesia and the whole thing, they're going to watch her. They're going to make sure, okay. So we took Chaos in, and she got anesthetized, and they got the CAT scan to see where they would do the radiation a couple of weeks later. So she did the CAT scan. She came back. She's fine. Went out in her yard. 4 days later, she passed away, acute heart failure. So the trip, the anesthesia, the delicate balance that she was in took her over the edge. Who did that? Me. I did that. But looking at it, and would I do it again? For her, yes. Because the pain of the elbow was not right. We couldn't do anything about it unless I did this. And I knew the risk. And frankly, I said to Dr. Brown, I said, well, we're going to solve this one way or another, knowing that either we'll fix the elbow or we might lose her, but we got to solve the pain. We cannot have her in pain. So that's what happened. So 4 days after the CAT scan, we lost her from her heart. And a very special dog. Yeah. That was Chaos. Till next time, which I hope there is not a next time at this tree.